Go! Touchdown! No! No!
These things are a burial, a blowout, a human lock.
He runs with the 50. He runs with the 40. The guy is drunk, but there he goes.
I know the leagues. I know the teams. I know these players. I know this wonderful game called football.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Aota Picks. It's week 2.
Yes, sir.
I'm Garrett. He's Jesse.
How we doing?
We're going to make you guys some money.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. So, we got to start off week 1. Records could have been better.
I was 2-4.
You were 2-4 on your
my
loss.
teaser.
I was 4-4.
Wow.
I felt, given how some of those games went, I felt like good being 4-4 at the end of the day, which is never what you want to see. But that's all right. It's week 1. There's a lot of weird shit happening in the NFL. I think it was like 12 teams. I want to say it was 12 underdogs covered the spread last week.
It was ridiculous, and a lot of away underdogs too.
A lot of away underdogs. Yeah. There's a lot of shit people just no one expected. Like literally no one expected.
Like what? Oh, like Arizona.
I mean, typical Arizona killing Tennessee like that.
That was the biggest blowout I've seen. Oh,
the Packers.
The Packers.
The Packers
We'll
was,
go,
I don't
we
even
got to
know what
get
the
into
fuck
that when we
happened,
talk
yeah.
about Rodgers.
Yeah, so, you know.
Oh my God.
We'll discuss the week 1 matchups as we go along too, I think. Real quick before we start though, I know this is a betting podcast, but I do have a fantasy story that I have to share because it might be, I don't know how many times this has happened in fantasy, but it has to be one of the rares things to have happened. So I lose the game by 1 point in my fantasy matchup. Devastating, whatever. You take the L.
In our league?
No, in a different league.
Huh.
And so Thursday comes around, I go to check my lineup. There's a 1-0 by my name. I'm like, oh.
What?
How did this happen? So I look through the team. Kittle has like 2 more points than I remember.
Because did they give him the fumble back?
So that was it. I go to stat corrections. The one correction was on the onside kick that George Kittle didn't recover. They ended up giving him a lost fumble. -2 points for that. Go back and correct it. Give him the points back. I get 2 points, end up winning the game by 1.
Wow.
On a stat correction on a Thursday.
Dude, what's his name? Brian
Absurd.
Edwards?
Yeah.
Excuse me. The guy on the Raiders. I'm fine. Up 20-something points. Fine. He has Brian Edwards and Carlson. All of a sudden, the last drive of the game, before overtime, this motherfucker gets every single ball. Every single ball.
I need a Waller
Lost
too.
me fantasy.
Every single time they threw to Edwards, I thought he was Waller. The 80s just confused me, so I'd get so excited. Fuck, no, it's this other guy. Yeah, that's brutal. Yeah, that's fantasy talk though. We'll get into betting.
I was so pissed.
Oh my God. Do we want to talk Thursday night at all?
Last night?
Yeah.
Yeah. For a second.
Okay.
Dexter Lawrence was not offsides. If you look on the video, the center moves his elbows up. I get that's a hard call for the official, but there has to be a rule where you can look at that. Because it cost the Giants the playoffs. The Giants they're done. It's over.
Yeah.
Their season's
Me
over.
too. They're done. It's not an overreaction. They're done.
They're done. It's over.
Yep. Sorry, Giants fans. I feel really bad for Giants fans too.
They have
that.
started 0-2
My
in
God.
8 of the last 9 seasons.
So horrible. Just digging themselves out a hole
And
every
ever
single
since
year.
that fucking boat picture was taken,
Oh.
they have 15 wins or 14 wins.
That's
Total.
Sorry,
That was
Giants fans.
2015.
That's tough.
If I'm correct, or maybe 16.
One of those years. That sounds correct. But to get back to the penalty, I fully agree. Like there should be the last second penalty. Reviewing that, I think that's a must.
I agree.
What about any penalty under 2 minutes?
Well, it depends on what it is. Like you can't.
Like they're not doing a full review, but you know how they're doing like quick reviews this year, where if someone up in the box sees an obvious overturn, they just signal down to the field and they change it real quick. There's an obvious penalty to overturn within the last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't think it's unreasonable.
I don't think it's unreasonable. I think it should be a discussion at least.
Yeah.
Within the NFL and the rules, whatever
Absolutely.
committee, whatever, it has to be a talk
Absolutely.
because it ruined the game.
Yes.
You know how many people lost money last night because of that too? Oh my lord.
If you're on the Giants money line, I'm sorry. I tweeted out before the game Giants +4. That did hit, thank God. But I mean, the Giants should have won that game through and through.
And you know what? They were
Darius
so
Slayton dropping that ball. That's
mind-boggling.
mind-boggling.
Also, what was so mind-boggling to me, especially as a Chargers fan, the last 2 years under Anthony Lynn, we're up 3 with 3:30 to go in the game, and what do we do? Up the middle, incomplete.
Yep.
And that's exactly what. What did we do last week against Washington? You let Herbert throw it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let him throw the ball. And what did the Giants do last night? After the pick by Bradbury.
In that last
the middle,
second,
up the middle,
through the ball, incomplete. They ended up using. It was like 11 seconds.
Ridiculous.
Washington still had a timeout.
Ridiculous.
Still had at least one timeout.
Timeout. Yeah, they did.
While only using 11 seconds. That pick should have like sealed the game right there. That
Yes.
should have been it.
Yes.
Yeah. And the thing, all game, they're throwing the ball on first down. Jason Garrett refused to run the ball on first down last night until the very end.
Also, how do you run the ball with Saquon twice? Your quarterback had 8 carries for 96 yards, and you're running the ball with Saquon? Let Daniel keep it.
Or run the ball with Saquon more earlier in the game. That was
or just
happened
not
on
up the
fantasy
middle.
Teams. That was pissing me off, but still.
Your best offensive lineman went out with a brutal leg injury.
Yeah, fucking
Prayers
sucks.
up to Nick Gates.
Yep.
That was a brutal leg injury. So what do you do in the last possession of the game? You run at his backup. Jason Garrett's an idiot.
That's true.
And you know what? Joe Judge is fucking retarded. He's an. Don't even get me started.
Sucks to be a Giants fan. That's the summary
hurts.
of that. Yeah, feel bad for you Giants, but they did cover, so great team. Shout out.
Hey, good teams win. Great teams cover the spread.
Yes, sir. Okay, let's get started on Week 2 games then. First game, Bills 3.5-point favorites going into Miami. Over under 47.5.
I told y'all Miami +3 last week.
It's a good pick.
Miami looked
Good.
good defensively.
Yes.
Again, they played Mac
Defensively.
Jones in his first game ever.
Mac Jones looked good though.
I thought Mac Jones was
Yeah.
very impressive.
He looked good.
Good ball delivery. He sold the fakes really well too.
Mm-hmm. In terms of Miami though, defense looked good. We expected that.
Jalen Waddle looked amazing.
Jalen Waddle's going to be a really good receiver.
It's just can Tua play. And still don't see it.
He played decent. He didn't
played
do anything spectacular. You know, he tried to cost them the game with the interception, but
late. Yep.
Damian Harris wanted to give that one back to him. So yeah, I mean, Tua didn't really prove to us anything. I think he played how we expected him to play.
Yes.
Yeah, that's about it.
Nothing really against Tua, but this is a huge game for him.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo,
100%
Buffalo is pissed. They are going to. Tua's going to have to keep up with that offense.
Yeah. So let's talk about that Buffalo-Pittsburgh game because that was more intriguing, I would say, than Dolphins-Patriots.
No, by far. I'm
Was
not
that
surprised.
a bad game by Buffalo? Was that a good game by Pittsburgh? What's your takeaway?
I think it's a bad game by Buffalo, but a good game by Pittsburgh. I think it's
Okay.
both.
Okay.
Pittsburgh's defense was outstanding.
Yep.
Their offense was mediocre.
They came around in the second half.
Their offense was mediocre. I
Yeah.
thought Buffalo lost it all in the second half.
Yep.
They were up, 10-3?
I think so.
They couldn't move the ball. But that's
So-
when the Steelers' defense parked the bus, and that was it.
The thing was, Buffalo was moving the ball. Like, Buffalo dominated the possession. They dominated yardage.
every offensive.
They went for it a lot on fourth down. They had turnovers.
The offensive
They had a
categories.
blocked punt. Like, shit happened. Shit just happened to Buffalo in that one.
Buffalo won the offense.
Mhm.
Pittsburgh won defense.
Yeah. It was
But it's the third aspect of the game that everybody forgets.
yeah,
Special teams.
Special teams was
And-
a big difference
and-
in that one.
And that's why Pittsburgh won. They went 2-1.
Hmm.
You gotta go 3-0 or 2-1 to win the game.
I also hated the play calling from Buffalo in that
Oh,
one.
it was terrible.
There were so many times in that game I'm like, what the fuck are you
doing?
right now? Yeah, there's the one in particular, the fucking backwards pass that ended up being like a loss of 8 on a third or fourth down. The weirdest play call I've ever seen in my life. Whatever. In terms of this game, the Dolphins have lost 5 straight to Buffalo. Josh Allen was a madman against the Dolphins last year. He had 7 touchdowns to 1 interception. Buffalo's offense still showed that they can move the ball.
I mean, Diggs had 9 receptions for 69. Beasley was 8 for 60.
Like, I don't think Buffalo's offense necessarily looked bad. Like, they were moving the ball, doing things well, but then there were costly. There were sacks in the wrong time to take sacks. There were turnovers. Like, there was weird shit that happened to them.
And again, if you win quarters 1 and 2, you have to win 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to win 3 or 4 quarters in the NFL to win a football game.
Yep.
And Buffalo lost. They went 2 and 2.
Yeah.
They just didn't show up at all in the second half.
Yeah, so I'm going to say for me, if this game was in Buffalo, it would be hands down. I like the Bills to win this one. The fact that it's in Miami, it's going to be 90 degrees. That's always a weird one for those AFC East teams coming from up north. I'm not huge on Buffalo, but I like them personally.
I like them to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. They have to win this game.
3.5 is a tough spot. They have to win this game, too. They can't start 0-2 against...
No, against...
I guess it'd be only one loss against the division. But
but still, I mean, they still got to then go to Foxborough.
Yeah.
Which right now does not look like a place you want to go. Last year, you could freaking breeze through Foxborough, no problem.
This is a tougher division than last year.
Yes.
Don't want to start 0-2. But it's going to be a little tougher in Miami. I'm with you. I like them to win. I don't like them to cover, though.
No, I don't like the number. I think it's only, 3.5?
I saw it at 3.5, yep.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think it's a little high.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
All right. Next game, Bengals 2.5-point underdog going into Chicago. Over under 45.5.
So Jamar Chase just fucked with everybody.
Jamar Chase can catch.
Yeah,
as it turns out. Yeah.
So he just wanted to mess with everybody all off season, all preseason. Say, oh, I suck, bang, and just come on the scene and drop.
It was the slow play for week 1. Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
He knew exactly what he was doing. Him and Joe Burrow, they had the connection in college. They're already set. He was like, all right, let me fuck with them a little bit preseason.
7 targets, 5 catches,
He had a great game.
101 and a tud.
He had a great game.
So now now he could see the ball?
Yeah.
Prick.
You didn't need the white lines.
I had Minnesota here, and I was devastated.
Yeah.
I was devastated.
This was a classic Vikings loss, too.
Yes.
Because, like, they look like shit in the first half.
Always.
They come back, get your hopes back up,
and then they just
to absolutely destroy you.
Yep. And I was so surprised that Dalvin Cook fumbled.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
You don't say it much.
It's not even that. How do you fumble there? Like, Damian Harris, how do you fumble there?
Yeah.
You know what the defense is trying to do. 2 hands on the ball and run.
It's fundamentals. It is
basic fundamental football
that you're cussed out at since Pop Warner. Certain situations when you fumble, there's just like 5 more 4-letter words being thrown your way when you fumble in those spots compared to other spots. And there were a couple times in week 1 that we saw people fumbling in those spots. Can't have it. Lamar Jackson's another one. We'll talk about it later.
Oh, please, let's not.
We'll talk about it later. Yeah, so in terms of these two teams, the Bears actually look better against the Rams, I think.
Than I thought.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, like, where is that Bears defense?
Yeah, so that's what I was going to get into because, like, you know, normally against this Bengals O-line, you're expecting the Bears defense to have a lot of pressure, but the pass rush is kind of non-existent, at least against the Rams, what it was last year too.
Well, that is their massive problem. Because when they had Mitch Trubisky and they went on that crazy run that year after they traded for Khalil Mack, he came in like a fucking mad dog. Where is that mad dog?
Yeah, we're still talking about Khalil Mack like he's up there in the Aaron Donald conversation. They were comparing them in the Sunday night game.
I know.
But Khalil Mack has not looked anywhere near Aaron Donald.
But, and it's crazy because their stats are very similar. It's because he had that one crazy year.
Exactly.
And everything else is just falling through.
Yeah. I don't think it's necessarily like he's getting double-teamed or anything either.
No.
I'm sure he is some, but not extreme
also,
like Aaron Donald is.
Where is Hakeem Hicks?
That's who I think.
Where's Eddie Goldman?
I think Hakeem Hicks is the guy who takes up most of the double teams when the Bears play.
Where is the rest of this defense?
Yeah, the pass rush hasn't been there, and we expect the Bears to have a good pass rush. So I mean, the Bengals still have a bad
offensive
O-line.
line.
The Vikings D-line look really good against them, so the Bears will still get pressure on him. But, I mean, I don't think it's a giant mismatch in this one.
No, I actually like Cincinnati to win this game.
Okay.
I mean, until I see something out of Andy Dalton, I can't watch any of their offense.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm leaning Cincinnati in this one too. It's pretty close for me.
The Bears are favored -2.
They
2.5.
are. That's correct. They
I
are.
like Cincy.
Okay.
Plus the points. No?
I like Cincy as well. If I had to pick one, I'd go Cincy. I think it's a close game. One thing to look at, the Bengals were really good on 4th down, which was a big reason why they won the game, but they were 3-14 on 3rd down. You can't be 3-14 on 3rd down and consistently win, so they're going to have to figure that out.
Again, Minnesota has a very good pack of linebackers. Even though they don't have great interior defensive linemen.
I think. Yeah,
it's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's winnable with.
Mm-hmm.
But the Bears have a better group of players on the defensive side of the ball. It's just can Matt Nagy and the rest of that staff get it together?
Yeah.
Because it hasn't been there in 2 years.
Yep.
And I don't think it happens this week.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go Bengals as well. It's close to me, though. Oh, one thing that's interesting, too, with this game. So, obviously, Andy Dalton, rivalry game going against the Bengals. So, the Bengals, you would think, have a pretty good idea of who Andy Dalton is. But another thing to look at, Zach Taylor's a Sean McVay disciple. So, the Bears have been game planning for the Rams for who knows how many weeks in the Sean McVay offense. After facing the McVay offense, Zach Taylor runs a similar offense in Cincinnati.
Does that help
already
or
a little
hurt the
bit
Bears?
used to it. I think it helps them because they've been, scheming for a specific offense for a long time now. They don't have to change up their scheme that heavily this week.
I agree with you there, but the thing that we didn't see out of the McVay offense was the run game.
Correct. Yeah.
Because
Joe Mixon's a lot better running back.
Joe Mixon's a lot better
Rams
running back. So
yeah.
I think Zach Taylor knows that. He's going to be, hey, they destroyed them through the air. They're going to expect the pass.
Yeah.
Let's run it down their throats. Which Mixon had a great game last week.
Yes. Mixon looked good.
Mixon looked great last week.
Mixon looked good, yeah. Okay, so Bengals
Cincy.
points. Yep, I like it. Next game, we got the Broncos 6-point favorites against the Jaguars, over under 45.5. I am infuriated. I didn't have the Texans as one of my locks last week.
Me too.
Because I was saying it from the start, the Jaguars are going to be terrible. They're a terrible team. Confirmed.
Just take the Broncos.
Just take the Broncos. I mean, all right, the Jaguars' offensive line, horrible. The Broncos' defensive line look fucking outstanding.
Their
Trevor Lawrence
secondary
is
looked good.
Their secondary
Trevor Lawrence
looked good.
looked terrible.
Trevor Lawrence looked terrible.
I understand throwing a pick in your first NFL game.
Yeah, he's a rookie.
I get it.
He's going to make rookie
How do you
mistakes.
throw 3?
Mm-hmm. I don't necessarily put it on Trevor Lawrence. Like,
No.
I don't think he's
It's all
a
Urban
very
Meyer's
good
fault.
NFL quarterback
Guy's
yet.
a fucking loser.
Yeah, let me
I
real
just hate
quick.
Urban Meyer. So.
James Robinson, stellar year last year.
Very good
One
year.
of the
last-
best running backs in the league, despite having a terrible offense around him.
Yes.
How do you give him 5 carries?
5 carries.
How the fuck
just-
do you give him 5 carries?
Also against a
Mind-blowing.
terrible Houston defensive line and front 7 that is fucking atrocious.
And you give him 5 carries.
5 carries.
It's 25 yards. I mean, 5 yards per carry. That's pretty fucking
That's
good.
pretty
You would
good.
think that's something you keep going back to.
No.
No, not at all. I mean, this is the Urban Meyer shit that I was talking about fucking last week. And now we have... So, let me ask you. Is Urban going to USC?
No.
No?
No way. But you know who
Something
might?
to think about.
Eric
Who's that?
Bieniemy, Kansas City offensive coordinator.
I have not
And
considered
supposedly,
that at all.
Big Cat at Barstool said
Uh-huh.
that he saw Jeff Fisher getting on a
Yes.
plane from Nashville or wherever to Los Angeles.
I heard Jeff Fisher come up because he played for USC, so that's an interesting
Interesting.
look. Yeah.
What,
I
for
would love
USC to
Fisher
go
at USC.
for them to go 8-8, 7-9.
Fisher would be good at USC. I think
I
Fisher
think
would
so,
be
too.
legitimately good. But yeah, so back to the Jaguars real quick.
Like, do we?
I had-
talking about them. They
Oh,
suck.
we don't have to talk about him much. I had a stat in
Suck.
front of me though. It was something like 51 pass plays to 16 run plays.
That was like the Cowboys. It
It was insane.
was like the Cowboys.
Yeah, we'll talk about them
Zeke
too,
had
but-
11 carries.
Oh, I know.
I get they're the best run defense in the league, but 11.
Yeah, we'll talk about them too. But yeah, Broncos, the points, everything.
Yeah.
Love them.
Love them.
All right, next game, Texans 12.5-point favorites going into Cleveland, over under 48. Texans look really fucking good last week, but it was against the Jaguars. We obviously know the Texans aren't that good. Now they're going against one of the best rosters in the NFL.
They're going to the dog pound, and it's over. It's over. They're going to get steamrolled.
Yes, they are 100%
In a, it's
steamrolled.
what is the weather in Cleveland? I bet you it's going to be a crappy day.
Like a humid,
Like
weird
a
Midwest.
weird
like
Cleveland
yeah.
kind of weather day. Let's see what it says here. It says sunny in Cleveland. I don't believe it.
Odell Beckham is out. Notable injury.
Is he ever
Browns
gonna play?
offense looked really good last week without him, though. So,
Dude,
I
they
don't put much into that.
They should have won that game last week.
Yeah. It's the Chiefs, though. And
Nobody can ever do
Chiefs?
Nobody can ever do AFC West fans any luck.
the Chiefs are
Nobody can
inevitable.
beat those shitheads.
That's what that game showed. The Chiefs are inevitable. They will become the Chiefs at some point during a game. But the Browns offense, so
Looked
last
great.
week,
Thought
Browns
Baker
offense
was
looked
freaking
fantastic.
Baker looked
Baker had a good
great.
game.
Baker played well.
He had a good game. Threw a pick when it mattered, but whatever. He had a good game. I'll admit.
He had pressure in his face. He should have
did,
never
he
thrown
did.
that ball.
Shouldn't have thrown it. So, yeah, I mean, the Browns offense, they're going to be able to run the ball at will against the Texans.
Going to be able to
defense.
throw the ball at will.
They're going to, I think they're just going to, like, literally run the ball down their, I think they run the ball 80% of the time this game. Yeah.
Baker's going to have 10 pass attempts.
Probably. I think it's under 15 legitimately. I think that's a good number to look at. One thing, though, I will say, Tyrod isn't going to have a ton of turnovers. He's not going to move the ball. It's going to be a lot of just 3-and-outs for the Texans, punting it back to the Browns just for them to run the ball downfield all day.
I mean, he was moving the ball well last week.
Tyrod had a good-ass game.
He was great.
He looked good.
I
Yeah.
was shitting on him, too.
I know.
Shut me up.
My boy Tyrod, look at this.
He shut me up.
But, yeah, so, I mean, the Browns win big. 12.5 is a lot of points for me.
That's what I said, too.
Anytime you got a team 12.5 coming off 12.5 point underdogs coming off a blowout win.
I'm not going
It's
to
a
take the
weird spot.
points,
Yeah.
but, like, realistically, if you teased the points,
Mm-hmm.
you're looking at almost 20.
Which is very interesting.
Which is
I like
very.
NFTs, yeah.
So do I. 20's a lot of points.
Yeah. I actually, yeah, so 12.5 is too many points for me. What I do like, though, I'm not in love with, but I do like the under. Yep. So, Browns are going to run the ball a lot. Tyrod's not going to turn the ball over, so the Browns are going to have not the best field
It is
advantage
48.
the entire time. It's 48.
What, do the Browns score 30?
I mean, the Browns score 30. Do we think the Texans score 18? Probably
No.
not. No. I like the under.
Me too.
Yeah.
Normally, life's too short to bet the under, but I like it there.
I do, too. Oh, also the Browns 4 for 4 in the red zone last
They
week.
were so mad they
Fantastic.
lost.
Yeah, the Browns are a really good team, though. They showed that. All right. Rams, 3.5 point favorites going into Indianapolis, over under 48. Really interesting matchup here.
Until somebody proves it to me, the Rams are the best team in the West.
Okay.
Until somebody proves me wrong.
They look like the best. Cardinals look good. Rams, given what we thought of them coming into the season, the Rams look like the best team in the West right now.
Yes.
I agree with that. Yeah. Possibly the best team in the NFC. I think probably.
Yeah. I mean, Tampa's going to be there, but besides Tampa, New Orleans.
Yeah. New Orleans.
And
We'll
who?
see. We'll see.
The Rams.
Yeah. Rams look really good. The number one thing I think the Rams have going for them this week, the Colts' weaknesses are on the outside. Weaker at DB than the rest of their defense. Weak at receiver, especially with T.Y. hurt. And the Rams excel at receiver, and they excel at DB.
I think especially for the Rams this week, being in a dome again.
Mm-hmm.
So weather is all controlled, and Wentz. I wouldn't say Wentz was terrible last week. But,
Wentz looked not bad.
Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
But not bad is not good enough to win you an NFL game.
He didn't turn the ball over.
No,
that was the big thing.
But again, he's going against a much better defense this week.
Yes.
I like the Rams here too.
Yeah. And the fact that the Seahawks defensive line had a lot of success against the Colts O-line should
Is a
scare
problem.
you a little
Yes,
bit for
is
this
a very
week.
big problem.
One thing interesting, though, was the Bears were able to have success running the ball against the Rams. The Colts obviously have a very good run game. I think they do have success on the ground.
Yeah.
but they're still going to need Wentz to step up.
Yeah.
And they're going to need the receivers to get open against a really good Rams secondary.
And, if Wentz starts 0-2 here, what does that show you about Phillip Rivers and Jacoby Brissett?
True. Rivers is a good receiver. Quarterback. Excuse me.
I mean,
was a good quarterback last year.
It's the same team. They didn't add anybody anywhere.
No, they literally just extended their own guys.
Yes.
That was it. Although they don't have T.Y. Hilton yet, so I think a big part of Wentz not having a huge game was the fact that, his receivers aren't really that good.
No. That's true. And their tight end is not very good either.
No. They don't have weapons on the offense. They don't have weapons for Wentz. Their running game, obviously, very good. They have a stable of running backs, but they don't have playmakers.
Yes. And again, especially when you're losing, you have to throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And they were losing, and they didn't throw the ball.
Yeah, so the Rams should be able to stack the box all game against them, shut down the run game more or less, especially with how good their D-line is.
Yeah.
I like the Rams in this one.
So do I. And I like the points.
I do too. 3.5, I don't think it's too much.
No.
Maybe even buy down to 3 if you're concerned, but I think the Rams win by at least a touchdown.
So
probably
do
double
I.
digits.
So do I.
Yeah. Also, real quick, Matt Stafford looked
fucking electric. Electric.
Oh my God, Stafford in that Rams uniform, I felt really good for the guy.
It just sucks that he's not even the best quarterback in his own stadium. Sorry. It's hot on the boy right now.
Yeah, I don't think that's a terrible take after the game he just had.
Boy hot.
All right. Let's move on over then. Raiders, 6-point underdogs going into Pittsburgh. Over under 47.5. Vegas just had a fucking Monday.
Yeah, which means they're going to have a terrible Sunday.
I agree. Yeah, this is big time, huge emotional win on Monday. They come in Tuesday, still really high up, everything. Just coming off a win, too. They're not going to be doing much in practice. Wednesday is normally your big practice day. They're still recovering. They're still going to be flying high, feeling good about themselves. All of a sudden, Thursday, you're prepping for Sunday. Raiders are going to be behind preparing for the Steelers this week. They're going to be way too emotionally high throughout the course of the week. I think this is a big spot for the Steelers.
I got nothing.
Got nothing else? All right.
The Steelers at Heinz Field with the Yins, all of them there.
After a big win against Buffalo? Ooh. Ooh.
All the terrible towels rocking.
Mm-hmm.
Once Renegade comes on to start the fourth quarter, it's over.
Yep.
Over. Give me the Steelers by 1,000,000.
Then let's also think about how, the Raiders' defense we thought was going to be terrible. Their defensive line looked really good against the Ravens.
That is a little bit of a concern for Pittsburgh, but their secondary looked bad.
Yes, their secondary
and their
looked
run
bad.
game, Baltimore ran all over them.
Yeah.
But that's what Baltimore does.
Yes.
They run all over you. They never beat you.
And the Steelers look bad running the ball, but also let's think about when we're talking about that D-line. Let's think about what the Steelers do, what Big Ben does. He gets the ball out
quick.
2.3 seconds.
Yes.
That defensive line isn't going to be much of a factor this week.
Nope.
So it's going to be really good receivers going up against a terrible secondary.
And also it's on the other side. It's the complete opposite. Yeah. A really good defense against a very average, mediocre offense.
Gets an offense that couldn't establish the run and had to air the ball out a lot.
Yeah, but Waller's...
Waller looked really good.
Yeah, but you know who's going to be on Waller this week?
Minka?
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
Locked. He's done.
Yeah, I love the Steelers matchups.
It's like Kittle. Kittle was locked. They didn't find him, but Kittle got locked.
He got some decent points because he's Kittle, but he didn't have
but he
a
got
huge week.
locked.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, Steelers.
Steelers
Easy.
by 1,000,000.
I love that it's under a touchdown too.
Me too.
Love
so
the
I can
points.
take it.
Patriots 5.5-point favorites going into New York against the Jets. Over under 43.
The Jets never fail to disappoint.
Oh, they don't. What'd you think about Zach Wilson?
I thought he was not terrible.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought he was promising.
He made a lot of good throws. He
showed a lot of potential.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't make he looked better than Lawrence.
Oh, for sure.
But Lawrence made 1,000,000 bad decisions.
Yeah, for sure.
Wilson made 1 or 2. Mekhi Becton being out is a killer if you're a Jets fan.
Big time.
Or if you're the Jets.
Mm-hmm. And I like the Patriots D-line over
So
the
do I.
Panthers D-line.
Oh, my
so.
God. And the Panthers were hit Zach Wilson a
Yeah,
lot.
Zach Wilson got sacked like 6 times, I think, in that game.
Yeah, so imagine what New England's going to do to them.
Mm-hmm. You see that throw he had where he stepped up in the pocket, he's on the run, moving forward in the pocket, slings it like this to a straight down the sideline. As he's doing that, just gets fucking
nailed. But he hit the receiver.
That was super impressive to me. I saw that, I'm like, okay, Zach Wilson, he's got some dog in him. I didn't know he's going to
popped right up.
NFL hits.
Yep.
That gave me a lot more confidence in him.
A lot of my friends who go to school in North Carolina actually went to the Jet game.
Okay.
They're sadly all Jet fans.
Mm-hmm.
And they were happy with a loss. Because Zach Wilson, they thought, played well.
Yeah.
And you know what? For a Jet fan to say, hey, our quarterback played well and we lost, maybe it's a sign of things to come.
Yeah. No, I think if you're a Jets fan, you got to be happy with it. Obviously, you want the win, but like
you got to be happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Jets, they're building something. That's for sure. Okay, so how about the
like
Patriots?
The points.
Yeah, Jets points 5.5.
6 now.
Oh, 6. Okay.
Mac looked great. I knew Damian Harris was going to pop off. But,
Just gotta
man,
protect
their
that ball.
receiving core is just so iffy.
Yeah. With Nelson Aguilar as your number 1. Although he did have a good game.
He had a touchdown.
He had a good game.
I was pissed. I drafted Jacoby Myers in like half my fantasy leagues, and he had like 3 or 4 targets.
It'll get there, though.
Yeah, not bad.
I mean, the Dolphins have really good corners.
That's true.
Yeah,
I
it'll
think
get there.
Well,
LaMarcus Joyner's out this week, too.
I saw that, but I think the Jets have a very good linebacking core.
Mm-hmm.
Led by C.J. Mosley.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, they effectively shut down Christian McCaffrey running the ball.
Yeah.
So.
And, you know, Damian Harris is not catching the ball out of the backfield. It's James White.
Yep.
Who is by far way worse than McCaffrey. So, I mean,
For sure.
his numbers won't be as high as McCaffrey's was last week.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Jets' defense has a lot to show here.
I think so, too. Yeah.
I think they're going to play tight.
DBs. So, I mean, this is where Mac Jones has the potential to win the game for the Patriots here because they're going to have to win throwing the ball.
Yes, I happen to agree with you. I also think
it's a big game for Mac. It is a lot of points, especially on a rookie quarterback going away.
Rookie.
It is rookie. It's going to be an interesting matchup. Maybe a little under. 2 rookies going against each other.
Yeah.
Maybe a little under action.
New England's defense was New England's defense. Nothing's new.
Yeah. Patriots were moving the ball too, but also like with the rookie quarterback, the Patriots were 1-4 in the red zone.
Those are
That'd be
things.
better.
Yeah, that has to be better.
Yeah.
But even with a rookie, like I'm so biased because last year Herbert was unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
So like now I go out and watch Mac Jones. Like, how do you not make that throw? How do you not? He's still a rookie. He's only 21 years old, 22 years old.
Mm-hmm. It's like our
It's
age.
hard. Yeah. it's hard.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm interested to watch this game though.
I think the Patriots win a close one.
So do I.
I think they win by like 3 though. I don't like 5.5.
No.
It's too much for me.
Nope.
Okay. Next game, the Saints are 3.5-point favorites going into Carolina. Over under 44.5. Coming off a hell of a game against the Green Bay Packers.
How about that boy Jameis, baby?
My God, Jameis.
How about
Winston.
Jameis fucking Winston?
Jameis.
Jameis?
Shout out to Jameis Winston, making me look good week 1 for drafting him in 75% of my leagues. Shout out Jameis Winston.
Did you start him in any league?
I started him in 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
He had a
You're
good
fucking
game for me in
ballsy.
2.
I started Rodgers in a league, and I was devastated.
God.
You know what? Their defense
tough.
is still the most slept-on defense in the NFL.
They were really
Every
good.
year, everyone's always
Yeah.
it's always about the Saints' offense. No, now it's about their defense.
All about their
Which, you know
defense, I
what,
agree.
takes so much pressure off Jameis.
Yes. I mean, Jameis is in such a good situation. We were talking about it last week, and it just proved on the field. Like, Jameis is in the perfect
situation for him.
this year.
Kamara looked great.
Mm-hmm.
Their receiving core looked a little iffy, but you know what? They didn't have to throw the ball.
No. Other than they had the
Every
one.
time they got the ball, it was at the Green Bay 40.
How hilarious is it that Jameis had 148 yards and he had a 55-yard touchdown?
And he had 5 touchdowns.
That never, literally, like, never happens.
Nope.
That was just such a weird game. But, yeah, the Saints' defense looked incredible. They're injured in the secondary, and they still looked incredible. Devontae, they had a really good scheme for Devontae there.
Also, We'll get into it after about the Packers, but I don't want to talk about them right
Yeah,
now.
we'll get into it after. Talking about the Panthers.
No,
Not-
gave up 16 points to the Jets.
That's true. Yeah. But they didn't. Okay. Their run defense was
I'm sorry,
really good.
14 points.
The Jets couldn't run the ball at all.
No.
There is that. Corey Davis is a good receiver.
Yeah.
There is that. But against the Saints offense, I mean, they're not going to have the same success at all.
Nope.
This is a way better offense, way better schematic
It's just
offense.
a way better team.
It's just a way better team.
In the NFL, the better teams normally win.
Correct.
The better coach teams, the
Mhm.
better rosters.
Yeah.
This just isn't a good roster. Outside of McCaffrey, I really don't even like DJ Moore.
Really?
I don't think he's a great receiver. He's not bad.
Okay.
I see him as a true
Interesting.
number one receiver.
Yeah.
They have two.
The fact that they have Robbie Anderson, though, helps a lot.
Yes, they have two
They're a good receiving
number two
core.
receivers, which is not bad.
I would argue two really good number two receivers. Then.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying bad.
Yeah.
Two very good number two receivers.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's not like, hey.
I mean, they're no Devontae Adams.
No, but
So.
that's like, you need somebody like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even T.Y. Hilton, when he's fully healthy, we need to play, throw me the ball.
Yeah.
Gets it done.
Yeah. So, one thing with the Saints here, we're talking up the Saints a lot. They have been hit with COVID pretty hard this week.
Yeah.
6 offensive assistant coaches tested positive.
Do you think that...
And it spans, I saw there was an O-line coach, a wide receiver coach, a running
Yeah,
back
it was-
coach, a
it's-
tight end coach. It hit everyone.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm not knowledgeable enough to know how much that affects an NFL team, having
Well-
assistant coaches out for practice.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely
that-
doesn't help.
Scares me.
Definitely doesn't help.
Yep.
And you know who's going to... But for me, like, they're lucky it wasn't the defensive side of the ball.
Okay.
Because at least Sean Payton can most likely control the offense.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Because, like Sean Payton made the comment that they have, like, a Ted Lasso type of coaching staff on offense right now. And if Sean Payton is your Ted Lasso, you're going to be pretty good.
You're going to be okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
You watch that show?
I do.
Yeah, me too. I like
It's a
it.
good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like it.
I don't know anyone who doesn't like that show, actually.
Yeah, no, me either. It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
It's good.
Keely,
Okay,
if you're
so
watching this, you're just really hot.
you like the Saints here?
With the points.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'll probably buy it down to 3, but right now it's at 3.5. And I like the under here too.
Interesting.
I don't like Carolina scoring a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing as last week.
Yeah.
You know pretty well.
I like that. Yeah, I'm not going to take the under because if I got fucked by the Saints and Packers going under last week, I mean, I'm definitely going to get fucked with them going over if I take the under this week.
Yeah.
But I do think the Saints cover. The only caution I have is because those coaches are out, and I'm worried who may test positive in the next day or two before the game.
That's fair. I mean,
So hold off on it. But I do like the Saints here.
yeah, me
by the
too.
points
Me
as
too.
well. Okay. 49ers, 3-point favorites going into Philadelphia, over under 49.5.
The Niners
Eagles,
don't lose this game.
no chance. No chance. Eagles look good against the Falcons. It's the Falcons. 49ers.
My grandma looks good against the Falcons.
I mean, the 49ers all but covered by like 21 points. That was wild shit happening at the end there for
Dude,
the Lions
oh
to
my
cover
God.
that. That was the greatest cover of all time.
Oh
by
my
the
god.
Lions.
That was electric.
That was so
That was
much fun.
electric. If you're a Lions fan, you're just freaking happy.
Oh my god. I'm pissed that I didn't take the Lions to cover there just so I could have rode that excitement with everyone else. That was crazy.
Me too.
That was insane, man. Yeah.
I was jealous.
But when we're actually talking about the game, the 49ers looked like we expected the 49ers to look. Like they rolled over them.
Yep. And realistically, like they're gonna do that to every team.
For the most part, yeah.
They're gonna beat every team that's worse than them.
Yeah. Because Kyle Shanahan's running the offense.
Running the offense.
They're
He
going to
knows
do what
he's
they're
doing.
supposed to do.
He knows what he's doing. He's not an
Mhm.
idiot. He's a good, smart NBA NFL coach.
Yep.
And until they play a team like Seattle or a better team, Rams,
they're gonna beat the worst teams.
they're gonna beat they're also gonna beat the shit out of the bad teams.
Yeah.
Like how the Ravens did last year and the year before. They beat the shit out of bad teams.
49ers will do the same.
The 49ers do the same.
And here's my big issue too: the Eagles' defense. This is why they have no prayer. Eagles are weak at safety. They're weak at linebacker. George Kittle gonna create a mismatch.
Eagles are just weak everywhere.
Other than the Eagles, because the 49ers have good receivers and have really fast receivers, the Eagles are gonna have to put extra DBs on the field, which you can't do against the 49ers because they're gonna run the ball down your fucking throat.
Jimmy will change it to a check down or a run, and then that'll be it.
Yeah, Mostert's out. Elijah Mitchell came in and looked good.
Yeah, he did.
All of a sudden, he's everyone's hottest fantasy pickup this week.
Yes.
He looked good.
He did. And you know who else looked good for the Eagles?
Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, but I hate him.
Oh, okay.
Smith.
Oh, Devontae Smith.
Devontae
he could
looked
play in
good.
the NFL.
Yep.
That just answered everyone's questions. Yeah. Yeah, Devontae Smith's going to be a good player. I mean, the Eagles showed that. Bless you. They showed a lot of promise, especially after watching what Washington has done. I mean, the Eagles, are they not a contender for the NFC West?
Right now, the
NFC
Eagles
East?
look like the best team in the NFC East.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So, the Eagles showed promise, but it's the 49ers that we're now talking about.
Yep.
Also, Eagles O-line, very good, too. So, 49ers, I still think are going to roll them. But moving forward, the Eagles aren't a terrible team in my mind anymore. I think they proved enough to me they're a decent team.
I still think they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league.
What about the NFC East, though?
They're going to be the worst team in the NFC East.
Okay.
By far.
All right. Yeah, we'll see how they do this week.
Actually, probably not the Giants. Probably will be, but I'm
After
sticking
that,
with my
yeah.
pick that the Eagles are going to be the worst team in football this year.
Okay, fair. Also, that Falcons game, it wasn't as much of a blowout.
What's wrong with Matt
as the
Ryan?
score showed. He's just done.
It's so sad.
He's done. He's an old dog with arthritis.
Sad.
He's done.
Sad.
Yeah, but 49ers 3 points. Love that. Next game, Falcons 13-point underdogs against the Buccaneers, over under 52. It is mean that the Falcons have to play the Bucs this week.
Yep.
That was messed up scheduling wise.
Well, not really. Who would have thought they would have got smoked by the Eagles like that?
Yeah, I know, but now looking at it,
Right, now you gotta go to
mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Bucs Cowboys game, it feels like that was a year ago.
It does. But
The
it was
Bucs,
literally like 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
Not
So
even.
it's easy to say
It was a
the
week
Bucs
from
defense disappointed, but I think the Bucs defense actually looked pretty good.
So did I. Dak is just electric throwing the ball. And
It's
when
just
you have
really fucking
three,
And their wide receivers are really fucking good.
yeah, and it's not like, and they also had a huge injury in the second quarter to what's his name? Sean Murphy Bunting,
Oh, okay.
where he broke his elbow or whatever.
Yep.
And then Dak just threw the ball all over them. So,
Yep.
But I mean, they're not going to have that problem this week. They'll be fine.
Oh, yeah.
I think
the
this
Bucs
is
are gonna
another
roll.
blowout.
For sure.
12 and a half. It's a lot of points, but I could see it hitting.
Yeah, I could see
It's
this
a lot
one
of
hitting
points,
a lot
but-
more realistically than the Browns Texans.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Also, so the Falcons, the one good thing for their offense against the Eagles, they ran the ball well,
That is true. Mike Davis didn't have a terrible day.
but the Cowboys couldn't run the ball at all against the Bucs.
Well, I mean, the Bucs have the number one run defense in the league.
Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, Mike Davis, I like him overall this year against the Bucs. No shot. And there's really not that much to talk about
Nope.
besides that. Bucs by a lot. 13 points is a lot on any spread, but if someone's going to cover that, it's going to be the Bucs against the Falcons this week. All right, Vikings 4-point underdogs going into Arizona, over under 50.5. Let me just start off. Cardinals blew my expectations away last week. Normally, this would be a letdown game for us. After a great win, as soon as you're confident in the team, they just stab you in the back.
Yep.
I think it's different this year. We're an older team. We have veteran leaders on that squad. I feel pretty confident about us this week.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Because, again, last week I was so high on Tennessee. and they just broke me.
Yeah.
Chandler Jones is a fucking animal.
He's going to have 80 sacks this year.
Yeah, okay.
He's on pace.
I saw that. Isn't that crazy? 80 sacks.
You could be on pace for 80
Dude,
sacks.
most people can't even get to 10.
Dude,
He's already at 5.
when he got his 3rd sack in the first quarter, I'm like, is he going to break the sack record in
this
week 8
game?
this year? What the fuck? That was
He's
insane.
a dog. He's a dog.
Yeah, he was so
He
good.
was
in that
so
game.
good.
Oh my god.
I thought Kyler was very Kyler.
As in
Running around, doing his little
absolute dog.
throwing the ball off his back foot,
Yeah.
throwing it into tight windows.
he looked really good.
He did look very good, but I'm not saying against the Vikings he can't do that.
Mhm.
But against other teams, it's like you might not want to try and do that. Running
yeah.
around in circles and throwing off your back foot, whatever. The Cardinals are going to smoke the Vikings this week.
I like it. I'm with you.
Smoke the Vikings.
I think so too. So I'm slightly scared that, the fact that our pass rush was so good, it covered up the weaknesses in our defense.
Yeah, but your defense wasn't that bad.
No.
You guys
we
were
good.
great in the secondary.
Yeah. I guess
Also-
a really good receiving core. But now Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, I think they will have success against our DBs because we don't have lights out DBs.
Yeah, but it's if can Kurt make the throw?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. I like Arizona this week.
We look good against
I would
Derrick Henry.
like you guys.
Gives me
yes.
confidence against Dalvin Cook.
I would like you guys to run the ball a little bit more though.
Yep.
You guys were very pass oriented, up 1 billion points last week.
That's true. Yeah.
It might be better for you to run the ball a little bit. They might not expect it either.
Mm-hmm. I think our running backs are good too. I thought Chase Edmonds looked really good.
I thought Chase Edmonds looked good.
Yeah.
I like
What else?
I like the under here too. After both teams exploded last week, I kind of like the under.
Okay. Yeah, I don't hate that at all in this spot. Could definitely see it hitting. Other than something that gives me a ton of confidence in us this week is the fact the Vikings were killing themselves with penalties last week.
Yes,
They had so many penalties. And
That's
so
especially in the first half.
it was horrible.
They were horrible.
They fucked themselves out of every single drive because of penalties.
Yep.
And so, no one's going to fix that in 1 week. You can expect a lot of penalties from the Vikings this week, which means it's going to be obvious passing downs a lot of the game. You give our D-line that opportunity, against Kirk Cousins.
Good night.
Good night. We're going to have a lot of sacks in this game.
I like the Cardinals.
I like the Cardinals. We're rolling. Next game, Cowboys 3.5
Let's get to the game of the week.
underdogs against your boys, the Chargers. Over under 54.5. First game in your guys' Rendell Stadium. How we feeling?
14 for 19 on 3rd down.
Incredible.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Let that man do him.
I don't know the last time the Chargers have done that. That is
think
just
ever.
not a Charger stat
I don't
line.
think ever.
It's insane.
The most Charger thing didn't happen.
Yeah.
And
That was the perfect game for it to happen, too.
and it looked like it was about to. I mean,
Yeah.
we go down, drive all the way down, end of the 3rd, beginning of the 4th quarter, and what does Herbert do? Pick. Shit. Here we go again. We're losing, and then we forced a fumble. Our defense looked very good last week. We were the only team in the NFL in top 5 in offense and defense.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Okay. On that point, I thought the offensive line and the defensive line both looked very impressive.
Rashawn Slater didn't allow one pressure. Not
Wow.
one. Not one beat sack. Not one missed block. Not one anything.
Okay.
He had zeros across the board.
Okay.
Against Chase Young,
Yeah.
who they had to move from the left side of the line to the right
Did
side
they
of the
flip him?
offensive line
Really?
because he couldn't get any pressure.
That's a very good sign. Hey, Lawrence is out this week, too.
And so is Randy Gregory. So where is
Looking
their
good.
pass rush?
Yep.
You know who that's going to hurt?
Who's
Their
that?
back end.
Oh,
If your front end can't get any pressure, your back end's going to have a... Mike Williams, 8 catches, touchdown, over 80 yards. Keenan Allen, 9 for 100. It's over. It's
Yep.
over. We don't even need to run the ball. Dallas sucks.
We'll see.
2-0.
So, Dallas's defense didn't look all that great. One thing that I did find interesting, the fact that Mike Evans was just quiet all game. I thought maybe there's something there. The fact that Antonio Brown was their number 3 receiver, you're not going to have enough DBs to cover 3 really good receivers, and Gronk had a huge game.
Fine.
So it was it wasn't their top 2 receivers. Godwin had a pretty good game, but
don't matter. Guyton's going to be nice. Jared Cook was great last week, 5 for 56.
I'm not saying they're going to shut down Herbert, but I don't think Dallas's secondary is as bad as we expect that they are.
No, they're worse than we think.
You think so? I think
my
they're
God.
better.
They couldn't cover anybody. So what about Mike Evans? That's the
I think
thing.
it's interesting.
I don't disagree with you there, but we saw all last season, 2 out of their big 4 always had a good game. It was either Evans or Godwin, or Godwin or Gronk, or Evans or AB,
You're not
or
wrong.
the running backs.
You're not wrong.
So they always pick 2 or 3.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a choice. We have 3
Yep.
with Guyton. I like Guyton. He's a good receiver.
Jared Cook looked good.
And Jared Cook looked great last week.
Yeah.
And don't forget about little Eckler out of the backfield.
Of course. Of course.
2-0. 2-0. Give me the points.
Yeah, I like
Give
you
me
guys in
everything.
this one.
I like the over, too.
The over 54.5. It's a lot.
I like it.
Okay. This is probably going to be the highest scoring game of the week, in my opinion. 54.5 is a lot of points, but if it is the highest scoring game, then yeah, you got to take
America's
the over
game of the week, baby.
Love it.
All
All
right.
right.
Nance and Romo.
Oh, I'm a big. You guys definitely do. I mean, we're talking Justin Herbert going against the Cowboys. It's definitely a Tony Romo called game.
Oh, yeah. Which
Go.
sucks.
Let's look that up. I'll get on to the next game.
Wait.
Titans.
I'm sorry. I hate
Go
Tony
ahead.
Romo. I hate Tony Romo.
No, I'm a Romo guy.
No.
I'm a Romo guy.
Literally every time he's like, kill, kill, kill. Oh, my God. It's going to be a run up the middle. He said kill. Run up the middle. Ruins the excitement of the whole game. It is Nance and Romo. It'll be broadcasted everywhere except Seattle and the Tennessee region.
All right. Cool. Yeah, it should be the game of the week. Next game, Titans 6.5-point favorites going into Seattle.
Speaking of
And
those
the
guys.
12s over under 54. So this game actually opened at 3.5, and we're now at 6.5. So that's the public's confidence in Tennessee after that week. Yeah. So
Give me Tennessee then.
okay, that's
Dude, 7 points in Seattle. I like that.
yeah. That's what I was thinking. I mean, everything tells me Seattle in this game, but anytime the line moves that heavily off of 1 week, like that's the most obvious overreaction to a week 1 game of all time. So I don't hate the points solely for that reason.
I like that.
Yeah. Talking
Oh my
about the
God.
game,
Oh
I mean,
my God.
Russell Wilson looked
I
really.
didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit. First of all, how does Vegas let that happen?
So
How does that happen?
yeah, I'm not
jumped
saying it
5.
opened. I'm not saying it opened this week at 3.5. Just to clarify.
No, I don't care when it opened at 3.5.
When the line first came out, it was 3.5.
Doesn't matter when. Well, it had to
Yeah.
come out Monday or Sunday night after the game.
Yeah, I
After the
suppose.
Cardinals game.
I suppose.
That's disgusting.
Or a look ahead at 3.5.
That's
Either way,
That's disgusting.
yeah, it's a huge move.
It's 3.25.
Something to think about, fellas.
Jesus Christ. I didn't think. Yeah, Tennessee got lit up offensively. That's not going to happen 2 weeks in a row.
No.
Mike Vrabel is a freaking dog. And I guarantee he lit a fucking spark under their ass.
Oh, for sure. That's the thing too. Like, if there is a team to bounce back from a terrible loss,
It's gonna be
great
Tennessee.
fashion.
It's
a
gonna be
Mike
Tennessee.
Vrabel coach team.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. They got a lot of veterans on that team. They'll probably be fine. Russell Wilson looked really good against the Colts. Receivers, they look like we expect them to look.
Yeah.
They look really
At least
good.
for the first 8 weeks of the season.
True. You're not wrong there. Seahawks defensive line
Was not
surprisingly good.
bad.
Looks
They
surprisingly
got a
good in
decent
that
amount of
game.
pressure on Wentz on a good offensive line without their best player, of course. Quentin Nelson's still out, but they got a lot
He's
of
actually
pressure.
back.
He played last week?
He played. Yeah.
And they were that terrible?
I didn't realize till after the game. He played.
Mm.
Yeah. Weird, right?
Honestly, I didn't even watch their game. They played at 10 o'clock, so the Chargers were on.
I was on the
didn't even
Colts
watch.
money line. I was watching the first half and then just started getting a little bit depressing.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah.
Wow, I didn't know he played and they had that. I was looking at the
Mhm.
stats and watching the film during the week. They had a lot of pressure on Wentz.
Yeah, the Colts O-line did not look good. So, something to think about.
Carlos Dunlap.
Let's find out.
Because last year when they brought in Dunlap, he was so... transcending for that defensive line, where they were able to get
Yes,
pressure.
they do.
He's good.
Mm-hmm. Let me just double check. Quentin Nelson played too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thought so. Okay. So yeah, Titans. The one thing about the Titans, which like the Titans are gonna get back to being the Titans, they're gonna be a good team this year. But the one thing is, I mean, Arthur Smith, their offense coordinator, that was their first game without him, and they just did not look like the Titans of old. They couldn't establish a run.
Where's Arthur Smith?
He's the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons.
You are right.
Yep. So they're normally, I mean, their pass game was really heavily play action last year, and they went away from play action immediately this year. This last game.
And well, I mean, you get Julio, you can do whatever you want, right?
Yeah.
No. And that's the other thing. I feel like so many people now, when all these big names all team up, like even in Cleveland, the first season it didn't work.
Yeah.
What did they do? They brought in Kevin Stefanski to make it work.
Yeah. They
I'm
try
not saying
and force it to their stars when they start grouping a bunch of stars together.
Exactly.
That's honestly too. That's why the Bucs are so good and able to make it work. They don't force anything.
No. And as we said before, if one of them has a bad game, then the other three or the other two, or it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And that's why they're so successful.
Yeah. All right. So you on the points for this one?
I am.
Okay.
7's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah. I
You know what?
personally.
I guarantee people are riding Russell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Personally, I kind of like the under here.
Me too.
Yeah. Like I just said, Titans have a new OC. Did not look that good last week. I think they'll look better, but still, I mean, 54 points. I don't think it's going to be that high scoring.
No, I think 54 is a lot.
Yeah. I'm on the under. Okay, Sunday night football.
On NBC.
Chiefs, 3.5-point favorites going into Baltimore. Over under 54.5. The Chiefs started off not looking that great, but they are inevitable. They're still the Kansas City Chiefs.
It's so annoying. Can't they lose ever?
No.
Like, you know what? And
No.
normally, like, you could say, like, Godwin pushed off. The officials helped Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there wasn't even a flag against Cleveland. There wasn't even a flag against. Cleveland just did everything wrong to lose that game.
At the end, yeah.
Yeah.
That fucking punt. Oh, my God.
And
What was
Kansas
he
City
doing, man?
Kansas City just did everything right.
Yep.
So annoying.
And so
And
the
Baltimore
Kansas
is-
City
Don't even get
defense,
started.
that's a big thing for them this week is if Tyrann Mathieu's playing. He's questionable right now. I thought their defense looked really confused without him out there on the
So
field.
did I.
Cleveland obviously had a lot of success running the ball.
That's what I was about to say. Tyrann Mathieu reminds me of like Cam Chancellor. They play the same type of player, which is the same as Derwin, where they
Yeah.
need to be down in the box. They can retreat deep if they have to, but they always start between in the middle, kinda.
Yeah.
Kinda as a linebacker.
Well, he takes on like the normally what you would think is a middle linebacker role, and the fact that he's like the quarterback of the defense.
It says change battery back.
Oh, that's tough. All right. Well, our audio is still going. Our YouTube has just cut out. But, yeah, anyways, I mean, Tyrann Mathieu's the quarterback of the defense. It's going to be a lot better of a defense when he's back there on the field, which we'll see if he is this week.
But if he is, it doesn't really matter.
No.
Still going to win.
Yeah, I mean, either way, I love the Chiefs in this
So do I.
Either way.
The 3.5 is Baltimore looked terrible. I don't even want to talk about Lamar Jackson because I hate that motherfucker so much. I don't actually hate him, but he was horrible. He can't throw.
Yeah.
He can't throw. He can't throw. He couldn't even hit Mark Andrews.
The interesting thing was they were actually pretty successful in the air,
I
which
know.
just shows how bad the Raiders' DBs are. But now against Kansas City, I mean, no.
That
No.
they were so successful in the air without throwing the ball well.
Yeah. Not going to happen this week. Ravens 3-12 on third downs.
Also,
the Raiders.
That's atrocious. Mahomes has never lost to Lamar Jackson, and I believe they're
Interesting.
3 or 4
Yeah, that makes sense.
head-to-head matchups.
Mm-hmm. Kelsey, if you're going to look for an overprop, Waller just had a ginormous game against that defense.
Yeah, take Kelsey over prop.
Kelsey overprop.
Also,
I like that.
Brian Edwards had a pretty good game towards the end, so I would take Tyreek Hill everything over too.
Makes sense. Yeah. Tyreek's always a good bet for the overs.
Yes.
Yeah, I love the Chiefs here.
So do I.
Monday Night Football wrapping it up. The Detroit Lions 11-point underdogs against the Green Bay Packers, over under 48.5. This is, I don't know what to think about this game. Are we riding Lions?
Is Aaron Rodgers throwing games this year?
Okay, I had that same thought. Like, did this
Look,
motherfucker blow my fucking lock of the week because he's throwing games? Is he purposely tanking?
Is he purposely throwing games?
I mean, that was the worst Aaron Rodgers game
I've
of his
ever seen in
entire
my
career. It was
and you know what was pissing me off?
staggeringly bad.
You could have a bad day,
Mm-hmm.
but if you're smirking, sitting on the bench, something's up.
Yeah.
Something is up.
Yes, I mean,
He was smirking.
if we want to get tinfoil hat, it looked like Aaron Rodgers was throwing the game. We want to dive into tinfoil hat.
If you're gonna
he
be,
might be tanking
No,
Green
you don't
Bay's
even need the tinfoil hat.
entire organization.
Watch the game.
Yeah.
Watch the I went back and I was like, all right, this isn't real, right? He's not really throwing the game. I went back and watched some of the film.
He's really throwing the game?
He was fucking throwing the game.
Okay.
Like I don't understand. There's a receiver coming across the top, right? So you see the safeties down.
Uh-huh.
The cornerback on the far, so it's the slot receiver cutting across the top on a streak.
Yep.
Right? A post
Yep.
streak. The right side receiver, they're in man, right?
Is
The
this
Saints are in man.
Is this the Valdez Scanling pick?
Yes.
I know exactly the situation you're talking about here.
He's throwing across.
Uh-huh.
They're in man, and he just...
That was one of the strangest decisions. By chance, did you see him on Pat McAfee?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so he did talk about that, and his explanation didn't make any sense.
That he got hit in the nuts?
That one was entirely due to the double nut shot I took. And right before I'm throwing it, I took a left kind of clothesline that, AJ Hawk or Brady Papanga clothesline, and somebody on the right, with a right kind of cross, double nut shot that, I guess I got to overcome that and throw a better ball in the
Oh, that was for a different one.
Oh, and that was the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
pick.
That was the first one. But for that one, he was like, well, I thought that they were like double teaming Devontae, and then they did a really good job.
They were double teaming Devontae.
Yeah, yeah.
On a crosser,
So-
5 yards in front of the line of scrimmage. Not deep over the top.
They were, like I said, they were playing the backside safety there, low on the backside. Devontae had a corner on the backside. I was thinking he was going to kind of stay with him and kind of double Devontae. And when I took my eyes off him, he did a nice shot, went back to the middle of the field, and I obviously overthrew Marquez on that one.
Then also, like, Valdez Scanling was just not even close to being open.
No.
Like, he was climbing.
Right, because
I
the
don't know what he
safety,
saw.
the safety came back.
Uh,
So there's no way you're going to tell me he didn't see the man across the entire field, and then the safety dropped back because
Super strange.
because this receiver over here was running like a curl flat.
yeah.
So then you had the streaker across.
Super strange. He didn't look good. So, you know what? We want to get tinfoil here. What about the Lions money line?
All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Okay, so we're not that heavy on.
They're not going to lose to the Lions.
Okay.
I don't even know.
Will they? Probably not. No. I mean, if we're being realistic,
He threw the game. That's it. That's it. He threw it.
fuck it. He threw it. Lions money line. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
I'll take it.
What's
Lock
the
of the
Lions
week.
money line? Lock.
Imagine if that's your motor lock of the week.
God, no, I would not
Yeah,
risk
no.
that.
No.
I didn't even write this down, but now I'm curious. What's the Lions money line? I might actually take this. Plus 420.
Oh, fuck it. Give it to me.
420.
That's great value.
Smoke weed every day.
That's great value. He's
I mean,
throwing
it's
the
meant to
game.
be.
He threw the game.
Motor City Dan Campbell.
He threw the game.
Dude, I was also Okuda's hurt. If
They
we're
also
gonna talk
lost
about,
Zadarius
that's really
Smith.
tough. Zadarius Smith is out. Bakhtiari's still out.
He threw the game.
Something to look at.
Threw the game.
Lions, in terms of Jims and Joes, didn't exactly look great. They didn't look all that talented, but
Good teams win.
great teams cover.
There you go.
Everything that we thought about what Dan Campbell would do in
Yeah,
terms
he
of like
did.
revitalizing that team.
He
I
did.
mean, that team looked fucking determined. What a comeback.
Yeah.
That was outstanding.
I have nothing bad to say about the Lions from last week.
Oh, DeAndre Swift also looked very
Looked
good.
very good. And so did Jamal Williams.
Jamal Williams looked really good. Yeah.
And you know who else looked good? I just love his last name, Cephas.
Oh, dude.
I don't know what his first name is, but
yeah.
just what a great last name.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like,
Cephas.
who is this guy? Yeah.
What a
That's
great
interesting.
last name.
Yeah. Fuck it though, Lions. Why not?
I'm gonna take the Lions money line.
I'm going to now. Yeah.
People are gonna make fun
I'm
of
not
us.
throwing it in for my locks.
No,
because
no,
that's
no.
not a lock.
No,
but
no,
I'm taking it.
No, throw it as a pick.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's go on to the locks then. You can go first. I got some owning up to do.
So I went
rather
2
do
and 4
that after.
last week. Not great, but I'm gonna start with my mortal lock this week.
Do it.
If they don't win, I'll shave my arms.
Oh. Okay.
Do something different.
Interesting. Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Broncos money line.
Mortal lock.
Mortal lock.
Money line for the lock.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the Rams plus the points.
It's a little chalky, but that's fine. It's your mortal lock. That's fine.
Hey, it's a lock, right?
It is a lock.
That's why it's
that's
a
an
lock.
absolute lock. What's the money line right now?
Before it was.
Actually, I just have the app up. I can fucking find it.
Yeah, I have it right here. It is. Where the hell did it go?
I'm seeing minus 270.
Minus 260.
Minus 260
Minus
for yours.
260, minus
even better.
275.
All right. That's not
not even so
overly
bad.
chalky for.
No.
This is an absolute lock.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I didn't think so either.
Okay.
I like the Rams plus 3.5.
Okay.
You want to buy it to 3? I probably would suggest that.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City as well. 3,
Yep.
3.5.
Agreed.
Whatever you want to do there. Chargers. Ride until they lose, baby. 2.5. Buy the points down.
Mhm.
Take the field goal just in case. The 49ers minus the points. And I like Cincinnati.
Okay.
I like Cincinnati money line this week. I
Yeah.
can't, until Andy Dalton proves me wrong, the Bears are the worst team in the North. So that includes the Bengals.
In the
AFC
entire
and
North.
NFC North.
Worse than the Lions.
Yeah, I think so. Until proven wrong.
Wow. Bold take.
Look, I mean, let's be real. The Lions battled back last week and ended up making it a very close game.
They covered against the Niners.
What did the Bears do? Shat the bed.
I mean, they didn't look too bad against the Rams.
No, they didn't look good though. There was no positive coming out of that game though.
Andy Dalton doesn't throw an interception in the end zone to start off that game. It's a different circumstance.
Fair.
That's all I'm saying. But
That is
all right.
fair.
I don't. You know what? I like the take.
Thank you.
I like the take. Bears worst team in the North. Okay. I lost my lock of the week last week.
Unlucky.
I didn't realize Aaron Rodgers was purposely throwing games.
Dude, I'm telling you. Oh, sorry. Lions money line.
Lions money line. There it is.
And add it in so I don't forget.
Are you adding that as a lock?
No,
Or-
I'm just
no,
taking a pick.
Not towards the record. Just
No,
pick.
no.
Okay.
Just
All
for
right.
fuck it.
Got you. Aaron Rodgers threw the game. Saints offense did their part. The worst part about this, too, I'm like, at least I'm going to get, because the over was in my teaser. I needed that over to hit my teaser. They couldn't even hit the tease.
What was it?
It was 41. 43, excuse me. They scored 41. The worst part, so Rodgers has the pick on the 5-yard line. Jordan Love, at the end of the fucking game, gets to the 2-yard line.
And time
Fumbles.
runs out. Oh,
He fumbles.
I stopped watching that game.
Oh my God, dude. And it was, I'm like, because all I needed was a field goal. If they kick a field goal at the end of the game, I hit the teaser. So I'm like, how are they going to fuck me out of this teaser? Turns out Jordan Love was going to pick up a really big first down, get to the goal line, fumble, end the game.
I don't think I've ever done this in my life. The Miami was taking a knee.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants were getting blown out, and so were the Saints. So I literally shut off Red Zone.
Really?
I don't think I've ever done.
Wow.
Since I've started watching Red Zone,
Wow.
I just put on the Kansas City game and watch the commercials. Said it's way more entertaining than watching the Giants get blown out.
Okay.
Tua take a knee, and just debacle in Jacksonville.
Wow. That's big of you.
I know. I was very proud of myself.
Crazy. But yeah, I told you guys if I lose the lock of the week, I'll pour lime juice in my eyeballs. I've lost my lock of the week.
Unlucky.
Now I'll pour lime juice in my eyeballs to make these picks. Fuck me. This sucks. I've done this a few too many times. This sucks.
I've never done it. Does it hurt?
It hurts. It fucking hurts. Cheers.
Cheers. Ah.
I'm not even getting it in my eye. Hold this for me.
Sure.
Fuck.
Ow. Oh, it's squirting all right. Oh.
Man.
Oh, I'm so happy the Chargers won last week.
Ah.
I'm so happy the Chargers won last week.
Oh, yeah. That's fucking fuck. Woo. Okay.
You might want to change your idea till next week.
Oh, wow. That fucking burns, dude.
Your eyes aren't that swollen yet.
They
Yeah.
red.
Yeah. No. You look great, buddy.
For the people. Don't believe me. Fuck. Okay. Let's get to the locks. Broncos -6 against the Jags. That's easy. Cardinals -4 against the Vikings. The boys getting it done. Blow out the Vikings. My eyes really fucking hurt.
I wonder why.
Titans and Seahawks under 54. And my lock of the week this week. Fuck. Okay. If this doesn't hit next week, I'm going to put myself through more pain. I'm going to get a good slab of the bomb sauce. I'm super Irish. I fucking can't do hot food. I'm going to get a big slab of that. I'll throw it on something. I don't know what. But I'll do that, and I'll probably be crying again to make my picks. But this isn't going to lose. This lock of the week, I mean, it's guaranteed. It is literally guaranteed. I'm buying half a point. I'm taking the Chiefs by 3 against the Ravens.
I would buy it down to 2.5.
I mean, if my lock of the week pushes, I'm not going to.
I guess.
So if you want to buy down 2.5, do it. Chiefs by 3 against the Ravens. Also, I got a teaser.
I don't have mine yet. I'll send it out on Sunday.
Okay. I got a +300 teaser. Texans and Broncos under 54. Steelers -0.5 point against the Raiders. Broncos pick 'em against the Jaguars. 49ers +3 against the Eagles. I don't know how that loses.
I don't either.
All right. Anything else? Okay. I'm going to go wash out my eyeballs. Thanks for watching, guys.
Don't forget to gamble responsibly.
Gamble responsibly.
Please follow, like, subscribe, share as much as you guys can.
Follow on Twitter at AotaPicks, on Instagram at
Aota Picks.
Yes.
Thank you. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Wow.